one pass. So um yeah. But it
Mm. Hi, Sophia. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think we're waiting for Luke Human to join. I don't know if you see if he's joined.
I can check real quick and see. Absolutely. Of
Thank you.
course. He is not here yet.
Hmm. Let me see because let me ping him on Teams. Um,
Well, good morning, Sophia. Anyways, while we wait, how are you?
I'm well. How are you doing? Now I'm not sure who's talking to me.
It was
It's
Chris.
okay. It's
It's
Oh,
Chris.
oh, it's Derek Welch. Okay, because everybody else is on mute.
I'm the one
Gotcha.
emceeing. I'm the one emceeing. Chris Banzer was just chiming in to say hi.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry.
No worries.
Let me second. I do have a PowerPoint, so do I have ability to share screen?
Absolutely.
Okay, just a second. Mm. Okay, I gotta move this over. So it looks like someone else is sharing.
It's okay. We will get it fixed. There we go. Can you do it now? There it goes. Oh yeah. You're up.
Okay, and did we see if Luke was able to join?
Yeah, I'm here.
Let me
He's
see.
here now. Yes, he is. He
Oh,
sure is.
okay, great, great. All right, and we have all our
Well,
participants on.
say again.
Do we have all our participants on, or are we still waiting a little bit?
Oh no, everyone is here, Sophia, and I'm here to welcome you guys. This is Sophia and Luke from HumanIT. And if you're ready, welcome to our Seven Eagle Connections, and we're excited to have you. And please introduce your guys' self.
Thank you. So let's see. We're from Human IT. We have like a little welcome or intro model to go through, and it's today primarily is interactive. So we want to hear from you guys. We'll share information, and it won't be so formal and stuffy. So, as we said earlier in the call, my name is Sophia Dunson. I work in talent acquisition here at Human IT, and we're not limited to just talent acquisition. We wear many hats as we are a smaller organization. Prior to joining Human IT, I really didn't have a ton of any government background. I was working primarily in academia and hospital organizations doing leadership development and like an odd shift from finance and accounting and auditing. But I love both of them, right? I have both sides of that brain. And I am glad I made the shift. It has been a fantastic experience learning more about government and tech roles because we do IT work. And I'm going to pass it to Luke, and then we'll get into some icebreaker questions.
Yeah, thanks, Sophia. So my name's Luke Human. Um, as Sophia mentioned, we wear a lot of different hats. So we both work in the talent acquisition, and I also help do some of the BD work and many other functions. And I've been here at the company now going on 6 years. And prior to Human IT, I used to work in sort of the IT field, but I worked for Samsung as a lead experience consultant. But I'll pass it back over to you, Sophia.
Okay, so we have some icebreaker questions, and they're just to kind of get to know you guys a bit more and you get to know us. So, two of the questions, where would you work remotely and what skill would you like to master? So I would like to work remotely. If I could work anywhere in the world, I would say it would be somewhere in Europe so I could country hop. And while I was in Europe, I would be trying to master the skill of playing the piano, which is unrelated to my field at all. But that's what I would do. And Luke, you want to share with the folks?
Yeah, let's see. If I could go anywhere remotely, since we are in
Work.
office,
Yes,
but
we're
I
in
probably
office.
would go to, I'd probably like to be in like Arizona, like maybe Phoenix. And if I could master a skill, Sophia and I are probably working for an IT company. We're not highly technical, so probably I'd like to learn how to code. I think it'd be pretty relevant to our role when we're looking for folks if we can sort of speak the language, but only the surface. So yeah, I'd like to learn how to code.
Thanks, Luke. Um, Someone else ping in. Come off, come off
I
mute
got
and
you,
just
Sophia. So I would like to work remotely right where I'm at because I'm in North Carolina. I'm in the Raleigh area. It's absolutely beautiful here. There's plenty of basketball for me to go watch. You know anything about basketball? That's a big, big city for basketball. Duke University, UNC, everyone's right here. Um, and the main reason for that is because, I mean, one, I moved here and was excited about it. And two, I was gone a lot in the 20 years that I served in the Navy. So being home and being able to just be with my family is the most important thing to me. And if I were to do anything outside of what I'm doing now, I would probably want to become a rock band master or guitar hero, whichever one, whatever video game I can get on.
all of the
So.
above. Thank you, Derek.
Of
And I
course.
saw John Cox. I saw his hand go up first, and then we'll go to
You
Daisy.
know, Derek, you could play the actual guitar with all the real time that you have then. But if I were to answer the question, where would I work remotely? It would be small goal, big goal. Small goal, stay here. I'm in Charlotte, love it here. Big goal, traveling the US, or even bigger, go to Australia. And what would I like to master? Not so much master, but I would be playing a lot of golf.
Oh, and you're in a good location for golf courses. Um,
I'm not
and
saying that was a factor in choosing this location, but it was a factor.
Not mad at it, right? Got to be strategic. Daisy?
Hi, so I would work remotely in Japan. I love the environment. I love the food. So I've tried in the US. But yeah, Japan is awesome. What skill I would master? I would probably I love to cook, but I would honestly go back to school and start taking like classes to be better and able to make different cuisines, not just American cuisine, like African,
Right.
Indian, Asian cuisine. So
Well, you could count me in to be one of your taste testers. Um,
I
right? Like
second
always
that.
need an audience. Right, there we go. Um, Thank you guys for sharing. If we have anybody else who wanted to share, we can have a second for that. If not, we'll go ahead and get into sharing more about the company. And Luke, I will drive and you go ahead and share.
Sounds good. Yeah, so these are just some fast facts about our organization here. We were established in 2016, so we are coming up on our 10-year anniversary. We are a service disabled, veteran owned. I think this year we're still considered a small business. By next year, we'll be a mid-sized business. And one of three of our employees are veterans. So that's really awesome to see. We currently have about 215 employees in it's either 30 or 31 states. I think we may have added Hawaii there temporarily. We hold those are our three ISO certifications we currently hold. And what that and the CMMI level 3 is, because I know that probably looks confusing to a lot of people, but that just lets us go after more complex IT systems when we go and bid for contracts. And you can see in the background there, like on the top left's our headquarters here in we're in Dayton, Ohio, right outside of Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. On the right side there, Sophia and I are both in there, even though the picture's kind of small, but we're definitely there. But we won the 2025 Veteran Business of the Year for the DBJ. So we got to go to a big event there and get a bunch of photos. And we haven't got back the professional photos yet, but that was some of our fun ones we captured. Let's see here. We have a little thing on the
And that's
bottom
our
left there.
owner that we picked up.
Oh yeah, we picked up our owner on the stage.
Yeah. Well, I didn't pick up.
We're
I
putting on
pointed at
custom.
it in the award, but
Yeah.
you know, we can't go
Yeah.
anywhere nice.
Yeah, we like to have fun. The bottom left one there, that's some of our benefits here that we'll kind of cover here in the future. But it does have on there some of our clients like the Air Force. We do Orion. We have contracts with NASA, HHS, PIFPA, which is the Pentagon Force Protection Agency, U.S. Cyber Command, Navy work. We have different contracts with those DoD and federal organizations. And then the bottom right there is our Inc. 5000. We've actually been on it now. We have the 4 years, but I didn't get to update it for our 5th year for this year. But we've ranked in the 1,000 fastest growing companies for the last 5 years as well. All right, so we thought we'd share like our mission and also our next one's our vision. But our mission is we provide adaptable solutions using our superior talent. So we have a really talented IT force here at our company. And we like to go after complex challenges and, make better systems. Our vision kind of echoes that. So we like to be our client's first choice when they need a solution for their multifaceted IT challenges. We try to walk alongside our clients. So we have a really good relationship with all of our clients that we work with on a daily basis and really take the time to deep dive into what their IT needs are and even help them maybe see something that they don't see and help improve their process. And Sophia, what did you want to do for this one here? Did we just want to ask a few people or?
Yeah, we just want to open it up to you guys as you're in this cohort, I believe, or academy, interchangeably. What are some core values? Well, I hope when you guys are looking to join other companies or transition, whatever that may be, what are some core values that you would like a company to have?
Just so you guys know, a lot of the times we'll just ask them to put something in the chat because there's some upwards of 100 people in here, so we don't like them
Is
stepping
there?
on. Yeah, I think right now it's only 70 sometimes, but it's 73 in here right now. So we
Okay.
usually just do something in the chat. Hey, you guys know what core values are? Let's show them what our core values are, what we look for when we're looking into companies, because we talk about it all the time, how we interview each other, right? Let's throw them in there. What do we
Yeah.
got? Commitment.
Commitment,
I know I'm going to see integrity from a lot of our Air Force folks here.
honor, mission driven, growth. Well, thank you guys to those who responded.
There you go.
Honesty,
Service,
respect, purpose.
honesty,
Yeah.
respect, purpose, respect, passion, dignity, and respect. Takes them a second. You guys are the first ones this morning, so please bear with us while we're getting everyone, ready to go. So, thank you guys.
Absolutely. Do you guys have multiple presenters in a day, and is it around different topics?
Exactly
Or is
it.
it?
Exactly it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. And I see trust. I see a lot of awesome ones, and I'll go ahead and do the next slide, Luke. The reason we
Yep.
ask you, like, what matters to you all, as you, I believe it was Derek mentioned, like, you're interviewing both parties. This is I call it a getting to know one another process, right? Here are our core values, and a lot of them are interchangeable, and they relate, and they build. I always say, if we're making decisions with integrity, we're being honest about what we do, and in our communication, we value diversity of thought, experience, background, and we communicate with compassion and display respect. Ultimately, we will equal excellence. So it's a plus, 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 and equals. So it kind of builds on each other, and I think core values are paramount in a person and in a company. And I can share from my own personal experience. I was with an employer who we had partnered together when I was at a prior business, and I joined their team, and we were doing leadership development. And I took on the role of being an assistant director in leadership development, so doing leadership programs similar to what you guys are doing. We would do like crucial conversations, Clifton Strength Finder, Myers-Briggs, all that. And the leader, he didn't treat us well. And I was like, well, how can we be putting forth a product and you don't practice that? So to me, like, I was only there for 7 months because I'm like, brand and reputation are everything. And I could never be with somewhere where there was an integrity practice. So core values are so important. And I think Luke and I do a great job of trying to display that to our employees and our partners, contractors, vendors, all of that. And I think one of the main things that we do with anyone we interact with is we try to enjoy each interaction and while we're at work, and we try to create a positive workplace environment, which leads us to how we do that.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about this one?
Do what? What was it, Sophia?
You go ahead and you could do this one.
Yeah. So this is probably our more fun slide, but we definitely like to get together with our employees and let them have a good time. So we have a collage in the background there, but we like to do different company regional parties. So Ohio here, we'll rent out that's on like the top left of the screen there. We'll rent out like a private bowling facility, or one year we rented out a ballroom at a hotel and we did a casino. Sophia and I also were usually in charge of we go get all kinds of different holiday gifts, and we raffle off a ton of different prizes where every employee gets a gift that we wrap. We do that. Like our San Antonio folks, they like to do they did chicken and pickle, where they got together and did a pickleball tournament. We do different on pars, like a gaming facility, and they have bowling and karaoke miking and different things like that. So we like to host different regional events, and some of our employees, we realize, because they are in 30 states, there's areas that can't make it to one of our events. And if they don't, our owners always tell them to take them and their family out to somewhere nice to eat, and they cover the bill for that. We also do kind of like a transparency, and it also allows our employees to get to know the leadership better. We do all hands meetings is what we call them. The bottom left of the screen there is one of our all hands meetings. Basically, it's a time where kind of like what we're doing right now. Everyone from our company gets on, we turn on the microphone, we go through different events, we celebrate successes within the company. Like if someone got their degree, they got certifications, they had a child, anything fun and exciting they want to share. We also give company updates, new contracts we're going after, just what's happening in the company, as well as we do different theme ones throughout the year too. So the one on our screen there is one of our ugly holiday sweater contests that we did. And basically everyone in the company rocks their ugliest sweater that they can, and we create polls and everyone votes on them. And we do first place one's $100, second place one's 75, third place one's 50. We also, on the right side of our screen there, we do a Halloween costume contest as well. Same thing, we try to get you and your kids in the photos, or just yourself. And again, we win prizes based on who wins first, second, and third. Let's see here. But yeah, that's our company-wide events. Open door policy. So our leadership, one of the fundamental things I think that our owner Mark did when he started here was he came from a very large organization. He was prior military, and then when he moved into big organizations, he kind of realized he was kind of a number in the organization, is what he felt like. So when they started HumanIT, they wanted to do it differently. And so no matter how big we got, they wanted to always be accessible to our employees and always maintain that relationship. So Sophia and I help coordinate, and if someone has a concern that they just want to talk about something that's happening in their life, or if they are working on a contract and they overhear hey, we might want to see this capability on our contract, or even they want to pitch an idea of their own, their doors are always open. Or if they're not here in person, then we'll set something up on their calendar, and they're always welcome to speak with our owner or our VP or anyone on the leadership team. Circle of Excellence. So that's also something we do a lot of here. So we have Circle of Excellence groups where within our different areas of interest that we have here at the organization, we do lunch and learn. So during lunchtime, everyone's welcome to join, and we'll have a slide deck, and we talk about what's happening in a certain type of industry. So we do like agile ones. We're big on Appian. We have DevSecOps ones, a bunch of different ones that people can join, and they're always really educational. So it's a good time. Let's see some of these other ones. Some things that we do here, like we offer positive workplace and family first. We do like a flex time, which I like to really see at companies, which is where instead of using your PTO hours, if you had yourself, your kids, your spouse, you had an appointment or you needed to take an afternoon off, instead of using PTO, you can make that time up within that pay period. So it's usually 2 weeks to a month. Or if you're over your hours, you wouldn't have to use PTO. So that's really nice. Our mine and Sophia's probably shameless plug is we do a lot of employee referral programs. So once you start at the company, if you know anyone, especially some of our vets that are here, they have a huge network, and Sophia can talk more about that later. But we probably get 10 or 11 plus referrals from some of our folks, and we always joke around that it's their Christmas money. But basically, if you refer someone and we bring them on and they're a good fit here when they hit 90 days, that person gets $1,000 bonus on their paycheck. So we definitely have a lot of people take advantage of that, and it's really great to have a lot of vets that we get with that process. And then large company benefits of the small business atmosphere. We'll talk more about that on I think it's one of our future slides here where we can kind of go over some of the benefits that we offer here at the company.
Yeah, and I also wanted to add, when we talk about having the small business atmosphere and family first, we believe that and we'll talk about on the next slide, is that life-work balance. That employees will never be amazing or great if home isn't right. So we always encourage to like take care of home, get that together, and then when you show up at work, you can bring your whole self, and your contribution is just that much higher. Additionally, something else we do, which I'm going to need you guys to let me know in the chat, we do the drafts, or wait, like leagues. So we're doing a pigskin pick'em league, y'all. It's my first time I've ever done it. Guess who's number one? Looking at her. I am tied for number one with, I think it's like 47 of us doing it out of the company. And if you guys are doing a league, let me know what place you're in. And if right, thank you, John. I'm planning to take it to the top. I'm like, how many more weeks do we have left? I can't hang on anymore. But we also do March Madness. So much fun. I also love basketball. So I think I have a new message. Anybody winning on theirs? Or is it about it? Oh, those were, somebody has second place. Come on, Roy. But we like to do things like that, and our all hands is ridiculous once it's college football time, because we got the Roll Tides and then we got the Buckeyes, and it gets real lit. But I'll go ahead and we'll get into benefits briefly, and then we'll talk more about interviewing, recruiting, best practices, and things of that nature.
Derek, did you have a question? I think you're on mute.
I said, what about Duke Blue Devils and Carlos Boozer's son? They're decimating all right now in the NCAA tournament.
Are they? The Blue Devils? Oh, is that like a North Carolina team?
He's like, Duke University? Are you making jokes?
No, you know what? My cousin actually, he went there for a little bit, but no, I like Duke. I love basketball. Like we have the Final Four, like the hoopah thing here in Dayton, Ohio. So we're a basketball town too. I was tracking you when you said basketball. But right now I'm all in on football because I have to win, y'all. I have to win. I have to have a girl win.
There you go.
Yes, I'm gonna kill him. Okay. So back to benefits. Luke, do you want to just go? I'm just gonna go to the next slide, and then we can kind of wrap it up, and then we can get into more about seeking employment and so forth.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, just some of our benefits offered here at the company. Medical, a big thing that we do, which I'm not sure if a lot of people on the call would use it or not, but our medical here for like a lot of our employees, they've done it for the last 3 years now, and they're doing it again for this upcoming year. They cover 100% of the medical and supplemental insurance premiums for our employees and their families. So they fully pay for all the medical benefits. But one thing that would benefit probably most people on the call here is we know a lot of our employees are veterans and they get TRICARE, they get insurance through the government. So if someone doesn't take our insurance or they don't need the medical portion of it, all of our employees get a $5,000 bonus at the end of the year if you don't take our insurance. So that's something really awesome that a lot of our veterans definitely take use of. Some of these ones are kind of, let's see here, flexible. We offer FSAs, dental vision, of course, those are all covered by the company. 401k there at the bottom. The company's done a really good job for that. So everyone gets vested starting day one with our company. And the company gives a 5% contribution, this is a little bit different, but they do it whether you put in a dime or not. So some people ask me if it's, oops, sorry, give me 1 second. We have smart light switches. There we go. I know we're a tech company, but our light switches are they're not very smart. So they just shut off on you. But our 401k, they give you 5% whether you put in a dime or not. So a lot of people ask me if it's a match, and it sort of is a match. Someone's welcome to contribute 5%, and we still put in 5%, but some of our folks don't contribute anything, and we still put in the 5% as well. But yeah, that's most of our benefits that we offer here at the company. Oh, and another big thing too, like we offer, if anyone ever wants to go back and they're transitioning into like a IT field, everyone knows there's a million certifications for the IT field. So the company will reimburse up to $5,000 a year for certifications. Also, if someone wanted to go back and like say get their master's degree or their bachelor's degree, they cover $5,000 a year for that. Is there anything else, Sophie, you want to add on that?
No, I think that's good. I think the tuition reimbursement is super valuable. So now we're talking about seeking employment, and we're going to kind of do it on an approach of like, what are some of the things that you should be doing? And if you have experience with any of the things that are mentioned, please feel free to drop additional information in the chat and or ask a question. Either Luke or myself will look at that and share it with the group, as well as I believe some of our Seven Eagle folks will highlight it as well. So starting off, you've already joined Seven Eagle. You are looking to, you are in Skill Bridge, potentially, whatever the situation is. But beyond that, joining employment platforms tailored to your background. So one of the platforms that we use in large volume is Clearance Jobs. So we are always looking for people with those clearances, and they will highlight your experience. So typically, most of our qualified individuals will use specialized platforms. Seven Eagle, Skill Bridge, Clearance Jobs. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't use those, because those are more of a boutique approach. And attending in-person and virtual hire events. So this is a virtual cohort approach, but we also attend in-person events, and it's just a fantastic opportunity to pass your resume on, look the recruiter in the eye. Sometimes we can spend even more time with people that meet minimum quals in person, and it's that networking opportunity. And I can't sorry, that's something else. But I can't talk about how valuable the in-person events are and setting yourself apart from the group. When we go to in-person events, we take resumes, we're writing notes on it, and we always bring those resumes back up because we're holding them right in our hand. So if there are in-person events, I would encourage to attend them. Luke, did you have anything you wanted to add there with in-person events, or you just stop me if you want to add something, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So do many of you guys review the job descriptions when you're looking at looking for employment? And I'm gonna refer you guys to the chat and see what you guys respond. I read them twice. Yes, I like this person. So you apply for the job, right? there's weeks go by, the recruiter reaches out and you're like, okay, which job is this for? But prior to going on, before you get to interview, is really important to review the job description, specifically making sure that you meet the minimum quals. More than likely, you do if they called you back. Sometimes we will call even though people don't meet all the minimum qualifications because that will lead to discussion. Maybe their resume is awesome and they are missing one qual, but let's get them on the line and let's like figure out if we can't like sidestep that. And the day-to-day responsibilities, typically, with most job recs, there is that day-to-day responsibilities section, like you're going to be doing this. So I think looking at that, those daily responsibilities, going back in your archive of what you have done, like the things that you have done, and if you haven't done those things, okay, I have the knowledge to do this. So breaking down that rec to identify your strengths in your background and being clear about that definitely helps to prepare you for the interview. And that goes into making certain that keywords in the rec are in your resume. So we're always looking for people like DevSecOps engineers. We want to see AWS. We want to see CI/CD. We want to see, Luke, help me out. Kubernetes, Appian.
Kubernetes, Ansible, any of the CI/CD tools, even your security tools, like if you use CloudWatch or any monitoring tools, things like that. Yeah.
Gov1, Cloud1, because you guys have that service background. I also think when in the IT space, like being able to say you have written code, those are key action words that our hiring managers are going to be looking for. Because it's one thing if someone knows code, it's another thing if they can write code. And when you're interviewing with smaller outfits, I would say typically they're looking for doers, right? We don't need more chiefs. We need more doers. And I wanted to see, looking at the chat. Luke, are you looking at the chat?
Yeah, I'm monitoring it.
Okay. All right. And then don't embellish on resumes. Luke, how many times have we interviewed people and they're like, they seem amazing on paper, like, oh my gosh. And then we get to the interview and the team start digging in and trying to ask like behavioral based questions or experience examples. And it goes from being an hour interview to be a scheduled hour to being about 30 minutes because then they're sniffing out that like, okay, this is an embellished resume. So there's no need to do that. You're awesome as you are. You just stick to the script, stick to what you have done, what you know. And when
Yeah, I
we
would add
kick
in
off
Sophia too. I
go
would add
ahead.
into like we have a lot of our hiring managers that if someone doesn't know something, like I would say don't just try to make something up or try to like beat around the bush. A lot of them really like if someone says like I don't know that skill or that's something I haven't came across yet, but I'm willing to learn it. They really like if someone's pretty honest and won't try to make something up on the fly. Because they know
Yeah,
in the
that
IT
was
field, there's so much tech in the IT field that it'd be crazy to think everyone had every single thing that's on a rec. There's a lot of tools that I think they realize some people they might not have exposure to, and they're usually fine with that.
absolutely. So our next bullet point is talking about bringing your resume to life. When we first get on the call, we do intros because there's always a flow for each interview that the companies give, talent acquisition, HR. And one of them is bring your resume to life. That's the way that we talk about it. And it's your quasi elevator pitch, but it's not reading through your resume and it's not downplaying yourself. There's this really awesome balance. And if you can practice how to talk about your time in the service, your transition, and where you are now in this seamless 30-second to a minute, that can be the real differentiator. I remember we were hiring for a scrum master, and this woman, she was overqualified for the job. When she gave me her, bringing her resume to life, like spiel, I was so moved. I was like, it was amazing. And she incorporated not only her technical background, but also her personal life. So I would say, don't be afraid of sharing about your personal life, but don't make it too personal. We don't need TMI. We don't need your Facebook post, but bringing a little bit of your personality and your story into it, I think can add value and share more about how awesome of a person you are and the value you can add to an organization. And that goes into identifying strong experience examples that are relevant to the questions that are being asked. Um, I can't share enough about how important it is to have specific examples in your head or written down that you know, and you can use the STAR model and it will prevent you from rambling. So all three of these bullet points like kind of go together. Having good examples. And are you guys familiar with the STAR model? Let's
Yes,
see.
we train in our module training in our academy. We train to the STAR module. We train to 30 to a minute, 30 seconds to a minute elevator pitch. That's part of our foundations module. We do all of that. So we talk about LinkedIn
Okay.
networking, we talk about interview tactics, and we talk about resume writing. So this group of people are ready to go get a job.
That's awesome. We love it. Um, so it sounds like you guys are like pretty much covered on interviewing, prepping, and doing all of that. We did have one other slide with our current open roles, and we had some best practices from some of our vets that we have hired, some of which did skill bridge. And so we can talk about our open roles, and then I can simply just display the slide for what our vets shared with us to share with you all. So, Luke, did you want to cover the open roles?
Yeah, I can. So these are some of our openings and then some of our upcoming work that we know is coming down the pike here. So one that I think the most people on the call here would potentially be interested in is we have a couple Linux administrators that'll be it's on one of our Air Force programs that the main responsibility will be going into like SCIFs or secure spaces and setting up or standing up instances and setting up an environment at like I think it's 16 or 17 different Air Force bases. But we have a couple roles open on that program, and two of them are Linux systems administrators, and the other one, which that one we definitely need someone, and it's been a little bit of a challenge. But there's one that's someone that knows both Oracle and Linux administration. So if anyone on this call knows any of those, definitely feel free to ping us in the chat and we can reach out. But with those two positions, they are traveling. I believe it's 50% of the time for the first year, and then that reduces after the sites have been stood up. We also frequently hire, and we have it for a couple different programs, DevSecOps engineers, and I know there's many different flavors of DevSecOps. So a lot of our programs use like Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Kubernetes, um, GitHub or GitLab. So if you guys have any kind of experience with that, those will be upcoming roles that we have. We're going to be looking for a cybersecurity engineer, which I'm sure there's on this call, there's people that are in the cybersecurity space there. So we'll have
Yeah,
some
I'm one of them.
cybersecurity engineers. Yeah, I was going to say, I know we definitely have, whenever we go to events or in-person events, we run into a lot of cybersecurity folks, it's always good when we have these kind of openings for that. Senior Appian developers, I know probably most people on this call they maybe have heard of Appian, but most people haven't heard of Appian. Their tagline is low code, no code. We do a ton of Appian development here at the company. We build a lot of contract writing systems using Appian. Even though it says low code, no code, a lot of our stuff we do is custom, so there is coding in it. But I did want to highlight on that position there because we've had a lot of our vets that transitioned since they've already got their clearance. A lot of them have their Security Plus, which is a requirement on a lot of our contracts. A natural progression for them if they want to get into the IT field is learning Appian. Appian, I don't know, Sophia, do you want to talk a little bit about like Appian's training, all the different things you can do and the
Yeah,
tools that are out there?
absolutely. So we are a Appian partner. They are based in McLean, Virginia, and we have a lot of the government is pivoting towards Appian. and the supply of Appian devs is not high. If I were a transitioning service member and I had any interest in IT, I would absolutely do Appian dev because it's across many of the branches of the military. And there's 3 levels of certifications. There is a online version, which you can do yourself. It's learner driven, and it starts with an associate cert, senior, and lead. The only caveat to their certs for a developer is once you obtain one, they would like for you to have experience on an actual program. So you got the associate cert, now you got to get a little dev stink on you. Now you can go sit for the second cert and so on. And there is just there's an analyst one for people like, let's say, I don't know if we have any 1102s on the call, but let's say we have someone who has the Air Force background of contracts and they want to use that in a different space, right? Maybe become a business analyst or a product owner. There's an analyst cert that would behoove of someone with an 1102. Like, I'm not trying to be a dev on any day of the week, but I do want to have that IT foundation. So the analyst cert can work as well. But yeah, you can just go on Appian Community, log on, create a user account, and kind of just see if it's something you're interested in. I think there's so much value in having various tech certs and kind of just taking a look. And so were you at the NASA roles, Luke?
Yeah. Yeah, so NASA is also looking for Appian devs, so you can kind of see that as a recurring theme here at the company. We do a lot of Appian devs. They're looking for a tier 2 help desk. Though that one there's a little bit of a caveat though. Technically our tier 2 help desk, what they're looking for is someone that has the help desk experience, but they also want someone that's in contracts. So an 1102, if you're in the Air Force, or really any contracts specialist, that it doesn't matter really the branch, but just having the contracting knowledge, DFAR and FAR clauses and things like that. And then PBES, you probably know a little bit more about that one than I do, Sophia, like the exact requirements on that PBES role.
So PBES, we are looking for 2 senior sys admins, and that actually will require going on site at Maxwell. So people in the Montgomery, Alabama area. And I think it's about 2 to 3 days right now. That program just went from on-prem to the cloud. So we're looking for some more support. There is SCIF work required. So minimum secret clearance and Sec Plus is required. I would say a combination of Linux, Oracle. We have these jobs posted on our company website. And oh my gosh, it's humanit.us, right, Luke?
Yeah,
did you want to drop it in the
humanit.us
chat, friend?
/
Yeah,
careers on there.
yeah, you can drop it in the chat. And if you guys put, if you're interested in applying, in the referral section, you can put like 7 Eagle event. And then when we come across the resumes, we can, we'll say, oh, that person heard us speak. They already know us. And Daisy, did you have a question?
Yes, I did. I see that a lot of your open roles right now are mainly in Maryland, Ohio, and like you said, Alabama. Will you have any openings in Texas anytime soon or remote besides the
So
tier 2 help?
it varies based on the client. The client determines when and how they want the work done. We actually have a large number of employees in Texas, San Antonio specifically. There are a lot of our 1102s. They went to the school, they taught at the school. And when they got hired, those roles were remote. The NASA roles are remote. And the DC3 roles, we are asking for them to be in Maryland, primarily because that is where DC3 is located. And should someone have to go in, there will already be close. But a lot of it is discussion. PBES, that is definitely at Maxwell. Con IT, those roles, you can be anywhere, but you will have to fly to one of those 17 bases to
Yeah,
perform
minus
your
the
work.
DevSecOps, I think is the one odd one out there on Con AT. That one will be fully remote.
And Daisy?
Yeah, so also, do you guys offer any internships for people who are trying to just get that hands-on training if they don't currently have the skills for your jobs? Do you offer internships?
So outside of SkillBridge, we use SkillBridge for any type of internship or fellowship opportunities. There have been one-offs created, but very few. I think maybe two. Um, I think depending on the situation, there could be a little bit of flex time, but we have hired like SkillBridge folks for roles. Like we have a young man. He was in Colorado when we hired him. He was moving back to this area. I think he'd end up doing maybe like 4 or 5 weeks in SkillBridge, and we knew he was coming back here. So um, it was only a month in SkillBridge, but he's now an ISO on one of our programs. He got his CISP cert. We talked about that during interview time. He had about a few months to get certain certs. So we can be agile. A lot of other things have to be lined up, and it's the level of comfort with the hiring manager and our leadership. But we like to support people that are transitioning. Oh, there are certain things we don't have to teach. They already know. You know what I mean? There's a trust there. Someone mentioned trust in core values. It's not that we don't trust the civilians, because Luke and I have never done government work, but there is just something. And there's this community when people come on board, specifically with veterans. Like,
Yeah, and I would add too, Sophia, that we've everyone that we brought on from Seven Eagle or Skillbridge, we typically have a role that we're planning to slot them into, and we brought on quite a few people. And I will say, every person we brought on, they're still with us, and we gave them a role after their Skillbridge program ended. So that's always a big thing with us. Yeah.
yeah, super proud about that. I we've only had one person in Skillbridge who didn't end up coming over to us, and that's because they chose not to. They did get an offer, but then they came back later and were like, "Can I come
Asked,
back?"
yeah,
And
asked
we're
if we could
like,
come back.
"Yeah." So we doing Skillbridge has meant so much to us. It's so great that we get to be a host company, and we have nothing but awesome and amazing things to say about it. And I could literally can talk about it till I'm red in the face. When we're at the hiring events, I'm like, "You're not doing SkillBridge. What are you doing?" So I'm like, "Start it now. Go do your minimum the first meeting." So um any other questions? Oh yeah, it's 48. Oh, I'm
I
gonna
had
just go to
one
the next
question for
slide.
you, Sophia.
Keep talking. Yeah. I'm just gonna
Um,
display this. This is from our folks,
Sorry about
our
that.
veterans.
Just curious, uh, I've done some things with my own containers and stuff like that with VirtualBox and created environments where I can go attack, my computer. And but how do I showcase that? Is there places that I can put that to showcase? Like if people are willing to put that stuff on their computer and mess it with containers and Metasploit and Metasploitable is what I messed with in Kali Linux and stuff like that. Is there a way to like show that I've done that? Does that even help in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah, you definitely can put it in your. We have people in their resume put like they have a home lab at home and or an environment that they do at their own house. And during interviews, we've had people share that, and the teams like that. They're like, well, at least they're at home. They're willing to take the time and mess around with it on their own free time. It kind of shows that they have drive to pick up a technology. So we've definitely had many candidates that I can think off the top of my head talk about like their home system, the home environment that they've set it up on their own virtual machines at home. And I messed around with this, or I've done this, or I've created containers that do this, or I've got a pipeline that runs this in my own home computer. And they like seeing that, even though it's not technically in like a DoD environment, it shows drive. So I definitely say that they put that on your resume, and they like seeing that.
Yeah, I've got quite a few environments that I've set up over the I'm in school right now getting my bachelor's degree in cybersecurity and networking. So I get on there and mess around. I've learned about Burp Suite. I've learned about VirtualBox, and all that other stuff that you can do. I've used Hyper-V. Like I set up an entire server for my buddies to play video games on, and it's 24/7 server that's easy to do. It's completely separate from my network. Like I completely built out the entire network for it. It's not hard to do if you know what you're doing, right? And then the more that you can practice it, the better you can get at it. So what I try and tell people is get comfortable doing it, but I never really understood how am I going to capture that for you? Like what am I going to do? Like do you want me to build out an online portfolio with like wix.com? Does that help with kind of stuff like that? Or what is it that you guys would be looking for if I was to do something personal, like, and that's what you're looking to look at?
Yes, exactly what you said. We've had people use the Wix.com. Some people will, don't they share like a Git link? They
GitHub.
put
Yep.
links in there. There's their GitHub, and we will send all of that over to the hiring team. So, and sometimes we'll look at it. Now, the only time I could understand it, it was somebody who was looking for a graphic design role. Yeah, I was like, oh, those are pretty. But and so I'm telling the hiring manager, like, oh, this is like their website looks great. So we absolutely share that information, and additionally, if people are screened, tell the recruiter and send it to their and say, hey, do you have an email? And if it's not compatible with whatever system someone's asking you to upload your resume in, see if you can send it via email, because sometimes that's a bit easier, right? Like
Nice.
the
Okay.
resumes already have so much.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that kind of stuff is fun for me. Like I've gone on Anaconda and used Python and built out apps just for fun because it's just easy to it's easy to go in there and do. You can write the code for it, go do it, make a little calculator, make a little game, make something that's just you testing your experience, and figuring out where you land on everything. And then of course just school. We have the opportunity to use things like Percipio, which is big. It's all skill software. We can get those certificate like small badges and certifications and stuff like that. Go ahead, Daisy. What do you got?
After this, what's the best way to contact you guys? Are you very active on LinkedIn? Is there a certain platform or that we can schedule a call with you just to have a conversation? What are some ways that we can contact you guys?
I think it depends on the purpose or what the intent is, what's the desired outcome. I think if it's around a specific role, it's applying via our website. Um, I I'm not great at messages on LinkedIn because I don't have social media. That's not my mode. That's not my medium. It never has been. I'm on there. I'm active, and occasionally I see them. I think I would say email. I am happy to yeah, sorry, I just saw Chris Moore's comment. So yeah, like DC3. Come on,
Yeah.
Chris. He knows about it.
Cybercrime, yeah, cybercrime division.
I'll share my email. And we can both share our email. Well, email for
Yeah,
me.
hey Sophia, I put your guys' LinkedIn links in there already, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Just so that's one of the ways that we really do network very well through LinkedIn because it's a huge professional network, and we tailor all of our profiles to be as appealing as possible for hiring companies just like you guys. So there you go. And really, honestly, I think you guys are amazing, and we really do appreciate you guys coming here and sharing what you guys have to offer and everything, and just giving us some advice and sharing the details of your guys' company, which sounds absolutely amazing. And I think anyone would be very happy to work with you guys.
Thank you all. Thank you for having us. And I commend all of you who are on the call for doing something different to better yourself, because it's all about starting at point A and going to point B and just being the best, most amazing version of yourself. So great way to end the week. Wish you guys much luck, and hopefully we'll be in contact with some of y'all, because we really need them essays, y'all. We
Yeah.
really need them essays.
Throw one in the chat if you guys are
Yeah.
interested in HumanIT. Let's see it. Let's show them.
Yeah.
Look at this. We got
I'm
so many
excited.
cybersecurity people in here that are eager to get into a position. So
yes, getting in at a small company, it allows you to have that finesse. You get to be exposure to so much. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate you
thank
guys.
you.
Of course.
You can definitely reach out
thank
on
you.
link. You can definitely
yeah.
reach out on LinkedIn to myself too. I'm pretty active on there, and I see the messages come through, so I can always share them with myself and Sophia.
I saw the Kionis one come through. Is it Jan or Jan? We have a Jan. He's German. But yes, I did see some of them come through right here, y'all. I'm gonna click yes.